to start off by saying that depression and mental health is real. If you haven't been through it before, you wouldn't understand. Like, you'll be like, I've said about some people, like, it ain't that serious. It been this such and such time ago. You should be good now. But been through it and got through it, yeah, it's real. I've been in a dark place for about going on 2 years, but I'm good now because I am able to sit here and tell you why I was in that dark place. March the 24th, 2020, my son was shot at a graduation party in his leg. His recovery time was 3 months. Okay. September the 7th, 2020, he was hit on his dirt bike on Mercy. It was a hit and run. Left him with life-threatening injuries. And when I say life-threatening, I mean like life-threatening. Me and my daughter was sitting on the sofa, regular eating, just getting off of work. She come over here every day. She get off. She bring the kids over here. We see him. We laughing. She get phone calls through Messenger. Like, why people call it through Messenger? Like, why ain't calling me through Messenger? That's what she was looking at her phone saying. So when Tyler homeboy's sister called, she was like, let me answer this here. They say Tyler been hit on the dirt bike on Mercy. He been hit on the dirt bike. Y'all get up and like, my mind just went blank. I didn't know what to do. I mean, I couldn't even focus to just, to get out the door, to get in the car, to like go to the scene. It took me, I don't know how long. But when we got in the car, we got up to, it was like 2 minutes away from him. So when we heading up Mercer, and it really didn't register to me till I seen the scene. It was so many police, the ambulance, the fire truck, people just like everywhere. So I just started screaming. And we parked at Beyond Tattoo, and I ran across the street. And before I could get to them, they stopped. And they were like, Mom, we just wanted to let you know his leg broke. Okay, like, I'm like, okay, Leo, we just got a broke leg. We just went through, he just got shot in the leg, and so broke leg ain't, nothing. But his leg was broke. Like, you can see his bones and everything sticking out. So I panicked. I started just screaming. They pulled me away, they pulled me away to the side because I couldn't bear to see that. I couldn't see that. I couldn't take it. That's my child. He was look up at me, and I can remember he was saying, "What happened? What happened?" He didn't even know what happened. And my daughter Kiki found her a key. She stayed down. She was down with him. Through the whole thing. She was down to they got him in the ambulance, then she got up. Okay, so when they got him in the ambulance, she brought me home to get my car, and I grabbed this little stuff because I done been through it before. I know the procedure, bring his change of clothes, charge for his phone, he's gonna get his little surgery, and they're gonna put him in the room, we're gonna need a charge for the phone and all that. So I come pack his little bag, I go to his house, I get his little bag, and I'm on the way back up there. When I got up there, the ambulance was still up there, they hadn't left. So I'm like, I know in my head the ambulance don't lead to you stable and, enough to move the scene. They don't move you. If you die on the scene, they can't, move you. You got to stay. So I swerved in the wrong lane. Asked the lady, I asked the police, what's going on? Why they ain't left? And she told me, man, we can't leave until he's stable. He's not stable enough to leave the scene. And this was like 30, 40 minutes later. And I happened to look over at the the SunTrust Bank that was across the street, we all was gone. Except Chris, his homeboy Chris, didn't leave him. He stayed on the scene the whole while with him. He stayed with him. He didn't leave him. When the ambulance left, Chris left, and I can never get that image out of my face, the way Chris was looking, like he was just looking and like, man, I know this just happened to my homeboy, you know. He got his dirt right out the road. He came and had me a phone. You know, he was just like, the look on his face was just like, I can't explain it. But he didn't leave him. He didn't leave him. He said he ran, you know, Tyler was able to remember this part. Chris ran across the street. Hey, street, you good? Street, you know, you good? They Tyler throwed up, you know, thumbs up, you know, I'm good. But he had so many injuries that they didn't know until they got him, you know, in there and they seen, you know, they couldn't get his heart rate, you know, it was a lot going on. It was a lot. He was hurt. So we finally got him up to the hospital. You know, it took hours for me to go back to see him. So when I went back to see him, he was, you know, conscious and he was talking and you know, they was telling me as of right now, only thing, you know, what they see is his leg, you know, the injury in his leg, and they showed me, you know, they pushed down his toe on his leg and say, can you feel this? Because the way his leg was broke, it stopped the blood flow from the bottom part of the leg. So like, can you feel this? He could feel it. Yeah, he could feel it. Because they was, you know, already talking about if, you know, this leg without blood, you know, the body don't last, you know, it dies fast without blood. You have to keep that blood flow. So they was out there kind of like throwing that, you know, they have to tell you, you know, everything. So they was like telling me everything, but this stuff was registered to me. I wouldn't, you know, that's not gonna happen. So, Tyler ended up staying in the hospital about 5 months. So, for me to tell y'all every step by step, I would have to write a book. But what threw me into the depression because, for one thing, this is my child, and I always been able to fix anything that my kids, you know, need. Any questions that they ask, I could answer it, and I can be, you know, they be okay and we be okay. This time I couldn't. I was lost. You know, life don't give you a chance to prepare for tragedies. This was a tragedy. First off, they were saying, you know, there's no way that the injuries that he sustained that he could make it. He's now living at 10% of life in him, only 10%. He was having surgeries after surgeries, after surgeries, after surgeries, after surgeries, after surgeries. I lost count. To this day, I still don't know how many surgeries that he really had. We had one doctor's appointment not too long ago, and she was going through his file, and she just stopped, and she just looked at him and just said, I want you to know, I just stopped counting your surgery that you had at 30. So they was doing this, and they was throwing the hint to me, you know, Mom, he's sick, he's hurt. Right now, he's living 10%. He's living at a 10% chance of pulling through this. You know, we have threw everything in the kitchen sink at him. His body is not responding to anything. You know, we don't know what else to do. We don't know what else to do. So they brought the decision to me about taking the leg. And I told them, y'all cannot, please don't put that on me. Don't put that on me. I can't make that decision for him. He's sedated. He don't know any of this going on. I'm like, y'all got to unsedate him. Like, he gotta, no, I don't, please don't put that on me. Don't put that on me. So they had some options. Okay, we're gonna try this, and we're gonna try that, and we're gonna see with this. And 2 or 3 days, passed, they tried everything. Then nothing would work. Nothing wouldn't work. Nothing didn't work. So now, that morning, the head surgeon, his head nurse called me and said, Mom, you gotta consent. We don't have a choice. We don't know what else to do. We need for you to consent now for us to move forward with the procedure. And I'm back against the wall. I'm cornered now. What to do? I can't let my child. I can't say no. And then he don't make it. At least by doing this, it make it be a turnaround. So I said, I consent. She told me to hold. Had to get it on the recorded line. LaShawn Veals consent, all that. So I knew what to say. I knew it was like I recited it so many times, so I already knew the process and the procedure. I just hated to hear the hospital call me. It was just like, oh my God. So I consented. So that's all that day that I was thinking about. I consented. So that evening, she called me and she said, I'm answering, not, answering the phone. Hey, she's asking you, are you in a quiet spot? I said, nah, let me hold on, let me go in the office. I said, I'm at work, let me go in the office, I can sit down. And she said that, I hate to tell you this over the phone, but it's no way possible. It's no way possible that Tyler is gonna be able to pull through this procedure. His body is too weak. He can't afford to lose any blood. We all have got together. I've been doing this for a long time, and I never seen anyone pull through something, like this, that's, this injured. And you talking about going into and doing this ain't just no small procedure. This is, something big. It's just no way he's gonna be able to do it. He's not gonna be able to do it, Mom. And I stopped him and I said, explain that over to me like I'm a 2-year-old. And then she said, he's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. So I said, she said, well, I'm gonna send you a car, pick you up, call your family, to meet you at the house. We need for you to go ahead and have everything in place. What funeral home you want, And first thing in the morning before surgery, I want you to come up here to say your goodbyes. That morning might be the last time that you see your son alive, breathing. She told me this over the phone. And I said, no, don't send me no call. I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna leave work. I have to call nobody but one person, my sister. Need get my family together. Y'all, just meet me at home. I'm on my way home. So I didn't go into details what was going on, because I was preparing myself like 2 weeks, because I'm the only one communicating with the doctors, and they was telling me in so many words that he's not gonna be able to do this. He's not, he's too fragile. We can't even moving. You know, we can't even move him to take him. He just gotta lay. He's not even responding to anything that got to do with surgery. No gagging, no nothing. He just there. So, you know, I prepared myself so everybody would ask me, "Hi, Tyler, you know, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing?" And I would say, "He improving. He's improving." That's all I would say. So I was preparing myself for it. But when I got the call, you know, that, okay, here it is, you're not prepared for it. You can't prepare for it. No mother can't prepare to bear their child. Tyler is my first born son, you know. And my daughters is my daughters, they're my girls. But if you're a mom and you got a son, that's a different kind of love. That was my type. That's my type. Anybody met Tyler, you fell in love with it. Everybody said it's somebody's eyes. It's somebody's eyes. But anyway, so my children got an app on their phone, Life 360. So I was taking a while. They're like, "Where's she at? Where's she at?" I vape. I vape. So when I get in the car, I ain't have no oil for my vape. So I go to the vape store to get some oil because my nerve bad. I got vape. So they're saying it must ain't too bad. She at the vape store now. She at the vape store. So when I pulled up, everybody was on the porch. And everybody's faces, you know, just like, what's she finna say? And it hit me. When I walked up into the yard and I seen my family, my immediate family, it looked like it looked like it was already gone. It was a setting up. Like, it was a setting up. And I told him, you know, what the doctor said and what we gonna have to do. You know, I can't prepare a funeral for my son. I know I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So I was gonna put it on my sister, because I couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. I don't know who was gonna do that. We couldn't do that. I don't know. I just don't know how that would have played out. But I know she would have ended up doing it even if it would have killed her, because she knew I couldn't. She was so strong. Her and Kiki was so strong through the whole process. To me, for me. They couldn't even express how they felt or cry because they were trying to be so strong because my mental state. So everybody knew me at the hospital. So when I got that Saturday, because I can't sleep. We can't sleep. So I got that Saturday. Everybody know me, you know, checking on there, just, you know, Tyler mom, hey, you know, I go on up there. And I walk in the room and I see my baby laying, you know, in the bed, lifeless. All his doctors around. And how do you tell your child goodbye? You can't. You can't. I don't know what I said. My sister said whatever I said, she can't get it out, you know. Her head, she's scarred behind it. And I said what I said, I don't know what I said. And she came out, you know, and she went up to Tyler. And she got these close, nose to nose. And she told Tyler, you pray to Joe. You hear me? Tyler, pray to Joe. And, you know, I rubbed his head. I kissed him. Told him I love him. You know, that's mom. You couldn't cry anything in it. They didn't let you cry anything in the room because they didn't know what he could hear. I walked out the room, I fell to my knees. I fell to my knees. Boy, I fell to my knees. I can't explain that feeling, but it was horrible. So we went back to my sister's house. Me, Fine Girl Key, and Nick. And we laid in her room on the bed. We just laid there, and laid there. Just waiting on the call. And it called. And it was his head nurse. And she said, Mom, he did it. And that's how she was saying it. He did it. He pulled through. He did it. We are getting him ready to go back to his room at ICU. Give us about an hour and you can come and see him. He did it. He did it. You would think that would have been the happiest day of my life. But at that moment, the accident, the fact that he had an accident to cause all of this, I consented to them taking my baby leg. I did that. So now, everything is my fault. All that went out the window. I was to blame. I blame myself. He gonna hate me. Was I being selfish? How do I know he wanna live like this? He's gonna hate me. He's gotta never forgive me for this. It was my fault. So I got up there and I he was in the room. He was still sleepy and woozy and, sedated because of the pain. He stayed sedated for months, because he couldn't bear the pain. And I couldn't look, and I sat there with him and I talked to him and, and I blamed myself. And from that day forward, I have been blaming myself for it all, and it took me into a really, really dark place. I was depressed. I would come home, shower, take Benadryl, go to sleep, wake up, take Benadryl, go to sleep. I kept Benadryl on my vanity seat. I would look over there at that Benadryl bar numerous times. It would have been so easy to take that bottle and fall asleep peacefully and never wake up again. And it's all over. But that was selfish. I was telling myself, that's selfish. I can't do this. I made this decision for my son. I gotta push. I got my other kids. I got my grandkids. I got my family. They need me. Shun, you can't take the easy way out. But I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I was like taking showers. I would cry in the shower, like crying in the house, in my household, and like crying became, the normal for here. Okay, Mom, Mom crying. Nobody know. Don't ask what's wrong with it. Everybody know that I cry. That's just it. I'm cry all day, every day. At work, the same thing. They can see me rushing out to the car, come back, red eyes. I've been crying. They already, they knew that it was normal. But it was just so draining. It was so draining. And I had to come up with something to get my mind, off of it. So I'm driving to work and I'm like, I'm beefing with God now. Like, okay, my son was shot in the chest at 17, shot in the leg, and now you do this. Okay, God, what is you trying to tell me? I'm not getting this. I'm not getting the signs. I'm not getting it. What you trying to tell me? Just tell me, like, I'm looking up at the clouds like I'm really beefing with God in the car. The man who spread in the Red Sea. I'm beefing with him. You know, what you trying to tell me? You know, why me? Why you keep picking me and my son? Why? What you trying? What is it? You know, I'm looking at the sky driving like, show me something in the cloud. You know, tell me what I supposed to be doing. And, you know, like, you ain't taking it, but you torturing us, like you killing us, trying to tell us something. Just tell me. Just tell me. And I was thinking, I'm like, man, we here for a reason, man. It's something that we're supposed to be doing that we're not doing. So I don't know how. That's what's the sign. He put YouTube in my head. I don't know how I thought of YouTube. Me, nobody would never think I would do a YouTube channel and expose my life, and you know, that's so out of my character. I'm so private. Like, that's not me. So that was the sign. Then I vape. So I go in the vape store and I'm telling the story to my promoter, my marketer, Zyke. And I had a breakdown in the vape shop. He gave me some. He said, hit it about 2 times. Hit it vape about 2 times. It's gonna relax you. It's okay. Take your time, you know. It's okay. And I was telling him I wanna, cause they had the little cute little book bag. So I had a little book bag, you know, that with him. And I was looking at all that. And I was so fragile and emotionally drained. Anything made me cry. So I had a breakdown. And I was like, I wanna. And told Zyke the story. And he was just, you know, looking at me like, dang, you know, like, yeah, that's wow. Yeah, it's a purpose. And I said, I want to start a YouTube channel. He said, that's what I do. I market, I edit, I do all of that. I'm like, for real? So it's like everything would just start to just play out. But that was like April. That was 21? April 21. Oh yeah, April 2021. So we you know, we got into it, and you know, it started working. So I knew I had to, you know, hurry up and do this because my mind is you know, going, so I'm spiraling down. Tyler doing amazing. Now Tyler worried about me. Roles on flip. I worry about him. Now he worried about me. Tyler straight doing good. You know, that's my champion boy. That boy strong. You know, he did this with his mind. No medicine, no therapy, no counseling, no nothing. He was determined to do this, to beat this. He did it. Okay, he did it. You know, that's my champion. Stuff that I prayed for, I see. Him and his own left. You know, they're my boy. You know, I want to give a big shout out to his homeboys. They was there. They didn't miss a beat with my family. They didn't miss a beat with me or Tyler. Tyler friends, they moms. They didn't miss a beat. They called. They checked. They sent cash out. They bought us lunch. They called me every day. Didi, thank you. Makisha, thank you. Shun Ray, thank you. Doll, thank you. I appreciate y'all. Y'all did it. Y'all know they did it. Day one. Still to this day, call, check on Tyler. Never missed a beat. So we tried to do our intro in October. It didn't go well. That's all I'm gonna say about it. It didn't go well, so we had to push it back. I'm like, man, Lord, we got to push it back. So the girl Dana, who I wanted to do it, she had just had a baby, so she was on maternity leave to January. You have to book in a month in advance for her. So I booked February the 6th I booked January the 6th for February the 6th. And it was on a Sunday. She didn't work on Sundays, but she said, for you, I'm going to do it. Y'all be patient with me. I'm going to do it. What time you want to do it? 11 o'clock is fine. I say 11 o'clock. So the morning of the intro, I cried because everything that could have went wrong, went wrong. You know, I called her. It's supposed to have been at least 15 to 20 people, my whole family. I wanted all my mom, kids, and grandkids in this intro because it brought all of us closer than ever, you know. So it was, you know, it was amazing. You know, family was there, and family ain't like that anymore. I'm like, we need to share this. I had to do this for me mentally. I had to put something else on my mind or I was going to commit suicide. You know, it was 3 choices that was going to happen. I was going to have a stroke, a heart attack, or I was going to commit suicide because it was just too much to bear. So I had to get something else to think about because I only think about Tyler and it's my fault. Everything my fault. And it was killing me. It was killing me. You know, so the morning of the photo shoot, everybody was backing back. Everybody was backing out of it. Nobody wasn't ready. Nobody wasn't nothing. So I called Dana. And I'm like, Dana, it went from like 15 to 20 people to just me and Kiki and her kids. And she could tell I was upset. She could tell I had been crying, and she told me, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're going to make it work. Just show up Sunday. We're going to make it work. So I called Kiki and I told Kiki, I told Dana that this ain't going to be nobody but me and you. And Kiki said, wait a minute, Mom, you talked to Keita? And I said, nah, Keita ain't called me. Let me call Keita. And she said, nah, I'm in it. I'm going to be there. I'm in it. We doing it. We in. We ready. So I called Dana back and I was telling her, she said, are you sure? Do you need to reschedule? I paused. And for 1 second, I thought about me. You know, this is what I need. So I said, no, I don't want to reschedule. I'm moving forward. I had to. I didn't have the time to reschedule. I had to get my mind on something else. And we did the intro and I loved it. And it worked. So, you know, I didn't like choose this, it chose me. Like how all of it fell in place, it was like weird. I mean, Kiki talked about it, was like weird. This is it, Kiki. This is what we're supposed to do. So now I got to get out there and promote and share my story. And I got to get out and travel to see what it is. You know what it is, because it's a reason. So that's what we do. We start the real deal with the Veals. We traveling everywhere, promoting our channel, to see, you know, what our purpose is. And you know, and it's something that we've been getting, it's been fun. And I've been happy. I forgot what it felt like. It's like going through a depression and coming out of it. It's like you've been in the darkness for real, and when you out of it, it's like, you know, you see a light. Like, man, like the other day I went to the store and my son said, bring me something to drink. I bought him back a Powerade. You know, that's what I remember him drinking. You know, their dad was, you know, stand up guy. He did it. He took them kids. He took care of his family. He held his household down. For going on 2 years, I didn't have to worry about that. If I wanted to lay, he let me lay. He didn't bother me. You know, he knew what I was going through. He did that. You know, every time I bought my child something to drink, I bought a Powerade. So that's what I bought back from the store. And they joked about it, you know. I'm not saying it anymore, so it was fun. Man, we don't drink. If I don't drink no Powerade, we drink Gatorades now. I didn't know that. You know? I got a 16-year-old. I missed 2 years out of. I missed the transition from her being, my little, Kiora, to now being face, lashes, frontals. I missed all of that transition. My 2 grandkids, you couldn't buy. I saw my grandbabies every day. I didn't miss a day. Now the Sue and now the man, I'm looking at him now like, look at now the Sue, like, I miss so much. Like, she's a big girl. Now the man holding full conversations, body trained. I miss all of that. Now the man body trained, now I gotta go to the bathroom. Like, I missed all that. And it's like, it's a wonderful feeling to be happy again, like finding myself again. Tyler doing this amazing. He's a champion, boy. That's my biggest motivation. Where he motivates me to do so much. I feel like, and I still feel like I owe him so much. He's so strong. He's so strong. He is so strong. And he smiled. And still smile through it all. He make it seem so easy. He's a champion. For real. He's a real champion. My boy, champion, boy. He did it. With his own mind, no medication, no therapist, no nothing. That boy did it. Boy, that boy did it. That boy did it. They was looking at him like, looking at him like, what it is, and they were looking at me like, what is this? I'm like, he meant it, he's here for something. But I feel like I'm gonna get out there and find it. Because that's not him. He's real low-key, chill guy. You would think of him in this store, shot in the chest at 17, shot in the leg, then hit by a dirt bike. First thing come to your mind, because I know it's somebody telling me, oh, he a bad street boy, bad. Never had a speeding ticket. Never got in trouble. Real silly, no clubbing, no nothing. When he got shot in the chest playing basketball with homeboys. 17, that's what they do, man. Play basketball. He ain't into, gang banging and doing all that. When he got shot in the leg, he was at one of his best boys who he was riding a dirt bike with, graduation party. All these people out there, Tyler get, when he rode his dirt bike, he ride his dirt bike, he didn't get into trouble. He was hit, and I just hate that he had to suffer the most out of all of it for me to realize it's a purpose, and I'm not gonna stop until I find that purpose. Because see, now it's personal, and I don't know if anything been personal to y'all, but to me, when it's personal, I grind for it different. That Shun that was in the dark and depressed and cried, she gone. I'm Shanye now. Shanye. And everybody gonna know about the real deal with the Veals and Tyler. I'm sorry, I know you don't like attention, but everybody gonna know about Tyler Stallings. And I want people to know that it's possible. God got the last word, not the doctors. The doctor told me so many times that, in so many words, that he already gone. They even told me to call, make a funeral arrangement. He gone, ain't nothing we can do. We don't do everything at the kitchen table. Adam, my son just left. My son just walked out of here. He can never walk again, Mama. He just walked out of here. So I want people to know God got the last word. You know, the depression and mental health really exists. And talking about it and telling people is hard. You know, I couldn't tell my family I'm suicidal. They knew I was depressed and they was worried, but they didn't know that I was looking at the Benadryl bottle, and thinking about committing suicide, because you can't tell nobody that. But I knew that I had to push my son. I got a 13-year-old son. You know, I got an amazing boyfriend. I got a grandkids, I got my daughter, I got my family. You know, I'm Shun, and if like they call me for everything, like I can't do them like that. So I knew I had to get through it, but going through it is not the hard part. Getting through it is the hard part. And once you get through it and you see that light, that light, man, you look at life different, man. I think so different about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that used to get to me, don't get to me no more, you know? I've been through something. And I want people to know it's possible. You can do it. You know, I was blessed enough to have a family that, you know, supported me and was there every step of the way. I had my boyfriend, my man, my husband, that was there for me every step of the way. You know, he was there. I had that. You know, I had that. Some people might don't have that, but they got people you can talk to. You can do it. It is possible. You can do it. I did it. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. You can. I did it. I mean, like, it was bad. And I'm gonna tell this story right here. I gotta tell this story because now that I think back, yeah, it was bad. I'm a department manager I'm a manager at Habitat, so I got seasonal. So when our fall stuff came in, it was the scarecrow came in, right? And the scarecrow came in with one leg. And I saw that scarecrow, and I seen that scarecrow with one leg, and I instantly had a breakdown. Went to the car, crying like a baby, called my sister at work, and she like, what's wrong? She like, I told her, you know, I can't, you know, I don't know what I was saying, but she was like, what caused it? Like, what you know, I said, I found the scarecrow with one leg, and I broke down. You know, that's how emotional damaged I was, that looking at that scarecrow with one leg broke me down, you know, just messed me up. For a week straight, I made sure that scarecrow stayed with all the other scarecrows, and I took care of that scarecrow with that one leg, and he was the center of attention. He gonna sit on the biggest haystack, you know. I did that for a week. Next one day I came to work, he was gone. So I went to the damage part. I would check on this scarecrow before I wouldn't clock into work. Make sure, you know, my scarecrow straight. So I went to the damage, you know, and see, did somebody put him in the damage? He was gone. He went there. Somebody bought my scarecrow, you know. And my sister told me, no, Kiki called me and say, yeah, Kiki, I'm worried about your mama. She at work crying about a scarecrow one leg. You know, then now it's funny. But then it was like, I'm destroyed for the rest of the day at work. But, you know, I was in a really bad place. I got through it, I did it. My son got through it, he did it. You know, the roles reversed. He was more worried about me. I'm straight, y'all. Just, you know, please just make sure my mama's straight, you know. I'm good. I can sit here and say today I'm good. You know, now y'all finna see Shun, we finna have fun. I'm happy. But if you're going through anything, talk to somebody. You can get through it. It is possible. It may seem like it's not, but it is. It is possible. But it's hard. It's hard, but it's possible. You can do it. promote it. You know, we traveling the world to promote our channel. You know, everybody gonna know about us. So you're gonna come back and you're gonna look at a video and say, girl said everybody gonna know about them. Y'all is. Because it's personal and I can't stop. And so I find out what it is. And then, you know, okay, I'm good. I found out what it is. You know, and I feel at the end, my son gonna reap the best reward. Because Jehovah chose him to give me all the same. You know, so that's how I came up with the real deal with the Veals, because God came up with it, because I'm very private. If you know anything about me, I told you I don't go on social media. I don't do none of that. I don't do this. I don't even go live on Facebook. So for me to do a channel, I know this is something from God. I didn't choose it. It chose me. So that's where I was. This is where I'm at now. And y'all finna see where I'm finna go. So, you know, tune in. But you can do it. Don't give up. You can do it. Remember, got the last word. And thank you, Jehovah. Now I see that I am blessed. I could see it then. I'm blessed. And thank you. Thank you, Jehovah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tyler, for being my biggest motivator and pushing. Didn't give up. You pushed and you pushed. And you did it, boy. You pat yourself on the chest and you walk up and you walk just like I tell you to walk, with your head up high and be proud of what you survived, boy. You be proud of what you survived. You're a champion. A true champion. And I am so proud. And I love you so much. Thank you to everybody who went through that with me. And I'm happy. I'm good. You know. It's turn up time. Strong shot. Baby. We ain't gonna talk about what else we gonna be doing, but you know, stay tuned.
Hop in new baby and slide my way. I play the catcher, baby, just slide on me. Only time you lie is when you lie on me. Be my forever, baby, come ride my wave. Hop in new baby and slide my way. I play the catcher, baby, just slide on me. Only time you lie is when you lie on me. Be my forever, baby, come ride my wave. Hop in new baby and slide my way.